high school boys basketball tournament. For the 7th straight year, the Kearsarge Cougars are participating in this joust. You may say they came in through the back door. They tied for 12th place, and in a special one-game playoff defeated Sanborn in a romp, 94-47. Therefore, they qualify for this game in Wolfboro, New Hampshire tonight. Along with Ed Tenney, I'm Dave Olson. We're going to bring you all of the action as the Cougars, the number 12 seed, will take on the Knights of Kingswood.
Well, I think finishing in the tie for the 12th spot and having to have that extra game may play to the advantage of Kearsarge. Certainly they came out and they faced an opponent the other night that they could play very well against, and they did just that. And I think they're gaining some confidence in that game could carry over to this contest tonight.
I think another factor is that this Kingswood team is, I've talked about with you on the ride up tonight, a team that was supposed to be a real contender this year. Yes, they came in 5th. They finished 12-5. 8 of those wins came against teams that didn't make the tournament.
Yes, and I think that's what you've always got to look for. It's not so much the overall record as a record versus the teams that are the top teams in the league to indicate the real strength of a club.
5th-ranked Kingswood and the Kearsarge Cougars ranked number 12 in the opening round of this tournament. We'll be back with all the action right after this. Calvin Rogers is Kearsarge tonight, Ed.
No, certainly this is the group that got him here. This is the group that should see him through.
And number 30, that's the man we're going to say a few times tonight, Craig Vizina. Kind of a miniature Charles Barkley, in the words of Marty Brown. Pretty good passer. Bullish on the boards, and probably the one player that Kearsarge has to control. Might be the X factor. Matt Simone, the other forward for Kearsarge, and for Kingswood, number 32, Jeremy Osgood. Jeremy Blanchard, another senior for Kearsarge, number 44. Dwight Armstrong, number 54.
Well, from the looks of it, certainly the size may be a factor for Kearsarge tonight. They appear to be a very big and bulky team for Kingswood.
Matt Toy, who's come on late in the season to earn a starting position and be a key contributor. Matt shows that defensive intensity and the ability lately to stroke the 3. And number 20, Jason Roberson. And of course, the leader of the Kearsarge team, he has been down the stretch, number 33, Scotty Fitzgerald. And we are ready to go. Should Kearsarge win this game, they would advance to Durham, where they would take on the number 4 seed, Merrimack Valley, who, by virtue of finishing 4th, drew a bye. And that game will be at the Lundholm Gymnasium on the campus of the University of New Hampshire Tuesday evening. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Very nice rendition of the national anthem by a young lady here at Kingswood. And we are about ready to go with basketball action. Kingswood Knights, 12 up and 5 down, seeded number 5, taking on the Kearsarge Cougars. Not an especially tall front line for Kingswood, but one that has some wide bodies, Ed.
Well, I can't speak from personal knowledge. I haven't seen the team play in a couple of years, but certainly they appear to be an athletic look to them.
The muscular senior Vizina to jump against Kearsarge's Simone, and Scott Fitzgerald picks up the ball off the tap.
It's very common for Marty off the tap to have his players in the move sliding in front of the opposing players, so even though the other team got the tap, we were able to get the ball off the tap.
Little hesitation with the dump down low to Cal Rogers. Goes up, no good. Batted around down low, taken by Blanchard. Foul line jumper, no good. Calvin Rogers back up, head and shoulder, no good. Kearsarge pounding the offensive glass. And we're going to have a foul. Foul will be on Matt Simone, his first.
Well, that was a good flurry on the boards for Kearsarge. Certainly you don't really expect them to go out and out-rebound this team tonight, but coming off that first sequence, they looked like they were going after it much more than Kingswood.
Osgood the trigger into Mike Foley. Cougars in his zone. This is Osgood out top. Opening minute of play. Vizina in the corner. Back over to Foley. Cross court. The drive. The dump off to Vizina down low. The battle goes off the back of the backboard. And it will be Kingswood ball. You can see Vizina's strength there, Ed.
Good leaping ability as well.
Up off glass and 2 for Craig Vizina. Scott Fitzgerald coming down, faking, going into the lane, shot up, no good. A lot of contact, no call right there. Kingswood on the run, Vizina handling. Loose in the lane, up top to Osgood, but a traveling violation.
Well, certainly Vizina did look like the do-it-all type player there. Good handle on the ball. Seems like he has a reputation as a good passer, and obviously can jump and score. I mean, good all-around player, it appears.
Little 2-2-1, and Kearsarge has trouble. Loose in the backcourt on the floor. And a whistle. We have a foul. Foul will be on Jeremy Blanchard. Be a non-shooting affair. Ball triggered in down low. Dumped off to down low to Vizina, but intercepted by Simone, who gives to Toy. Toy running the break. Out to Fitzgerald for 3. Yes! Scotty Fitz with a home run ball. And Kearsarge breaks on top, 3-2. Larry Robjan getting ready to check in for Kearsarge. 6:16 to go. 3-2 Cougars. Vizina had a notion. Goes back out. 3-point attempt up and good by Mike Foley. Long lead to Calvin Rogers. Has trouble controlling, but does. Looking for help. Goes back out to Toy. Toy double team. Looks inside. Goes back out to Scotty Fitz. Back to Toy in the corner to Blanchard. Around and good. Friendly rim for Jeremy Blanchard, and we're tied at 5.
Both teams coming out in zone. Kingswood in a 2-3 set. Kearsarge in a 1-2-2 zone. 3 up top and 2 down on the blocks.
The drive to the hole, shot up around, no good, and we're going to have a foul. It's going to be on Vizina, I believe. And he just, that wide body just knocked Jeremy Blanchard right to the floor.
Well, if he knocks Jeremy down, he can knock any of our players down, because Jeremy and Calvin Rogers as tough as they come for Kearsarge.
That pressure extended. The pitch from Fitzgerald to Robjan on the wing, faking, goes up, shot up, good. Larry Robjan. Kearsarge getting the roll twice down now. They lead at 7-5. 5:11 to go in quarter number 1.
Kingswood doesn't come in with a reputation for good defense, and so far Kearsarge has made some tough shots though, but I think they'll be there all night if we can keep dropping them.
Vizina for 3, no good. Batted around, down low, taken by Kingswood, but The ball is lost as Matt Toy stripped Foley. Lead to Robson. Goes up out of the field. No good. Batted around. Larry gets his own rebound. Still loose, but it's picked up by Osgood. Osgood changing pace. Goes strong to the hole. Shot up. No good. Rebound Vizina. No good. Batted around and rebounded by Toy. The long pitch on the wing to Robson. He traveled. Flurry of action as both teams going end to end. Still 7-5 Kearsarge.
Well, with the physicality of Vizina, I think it's to Kearsarge's advantage certainly to get Kingswood caught up in that type of a game because it equalizes the playing field a little bit.
Kearsarge in the zone. Dwight Armstrong cutting inside. This is Roberson. Shot up, barely hit the net, pitched in and kept alive, but a foul.
I can tell you right now, I think this game's going to go to the wire tonight. I mean, it just what you see in the first few moments, it just doesn't appear that Kingswood's a team that Kearsarge can't stay with for the whole night and have a good shot at beating.
It's 2 on Matt Simone now. Picked up a second as Jason Roberson moves to the line and cans the first.
Certainly Simone getting a second's a key situation here. He may see a Jeremy Blanchard come back in for him shortly just to prevent him from getting a quick third foul.
And makes a second. And we're tied at 7. 4:16 to go in quarter number 1. Kingswood taking off that defensive pressure. And Scott Fitzgerald goes down, pitches to Robson, but a foul.
Well, that's what we saw the other night against Sanborn. Scott Fitzgerald penetrating the lane, dishing to the people standing open on the block. Last night it was Calvin Rogers. Tonight the beneficiary has been Larry Robson.
And the penetration there is so key against the zone because the zone has to honor that drive when Scotty penetrates, and it opens things up for some other people. Robson canning the first.
Well, seated across from our broadcast there is a former great Kearsarge player, Dave Bartlett, presently attending University of New Hampshire. Here to root on the Cougars this evening.
Larry makes a second. Cougars by a deuce, 9-7. 4:05 to go, and here's a Kearsarge pressure. A little 2-2-1. Vizina takes the pass, guarded by Scotty Fitzgerald. Backing in. Goes back up top. Hooper in the corner. Gives it back at the Foley. Foley fakes, goes inside the three-point arc. His shot is up, no good. Batted around, rebounded by Calvin Rogers. Gives to Fitzgerald, pitches to Simone. Here's Scotty for 3. No good.
Good looking shot though.
Looked good going up.
Very confident
Jeremy
looking
Osgood.
shot.
His team is on the run, and Matt Toy got a foot on it. Thought that one was in by Scott Fitzgerald. It did look good as it left his hands.
Very little hesitation tonight by the Kearsarge players. They're playing with a lot of confidence. Just like we said, they may have got a great deal more out of that last win over Sanborn than just a win in the, an advancement of the tournament. They may have got back a large measure of the confidence.
Vizina's pitch out, no good, but it was rebounded by Dwight Armstrong. The shot by Mike Foley was off.
Well, the anticipated third foul has come. Now Kearsarge is getting Jeremy Blanchard in the game at the present time.
Now that one's going to be on Larry Robson.
No, is it? I'm sure it's on Matt Simone.
You're right. It is on Matt Simone. I'm sorry. That is his third. Armstrong's first. No good. And Roberson comes in for Foley. Second by Armstrong. No good. Kind of an odd rotation on that shot as he makes 1 out of 2. 9-8 Kearsarge. Toy up court to Blanchard. Jeremy picks up the dribble. Matt Toy now running the point, gives back to Scotty Fitz, starts his drive in the lane, shot up, around, no good, and loose ball. And on the alternating arrow, it'll go to Kingswood.
Well, so far Kearsarge has been getting some very good shots, as we said earlier, against Kingswood, and they've dropped some down already to get the early lead. But I think that's going to continue the rest of the night. If Kearsarge is hitting their shots, I think they're going to score a lot of points and hopefully come out of here with a win.
Spinning in the lane, but a traveling violation, shot and no good by Jason Roberson. And Jeff Lavapicello checks in for Matt Toy. (9-8) Cougars, and Lavap brings it up. Gives it Jeremy Blanchard in the corner. Long shot is good. Jeremy has found that three-point range here late in the season. 12-8 Cougars. Cougars back. Here's a three-point attempt up and short. Rebounded by Robjan. Brings it up himself and pitches to Lavap, who almost traveled. Gives in a lane to Robjan. Good head and shoulder fake for two. Cougars are playing well.
Kingswood needs a timeout right now. The momentum's all Kearsarge.
And against the pressure, they get it up to Vezina. 14-8. This is his time. He's got to come through. Shot up, around, no good. Rebounded Robjan.
Continue to push it.
Here comes Scotty Fitz. Driving into the lane, stops. A little dish down low to Blanchard, who couldn't control.
Well, it was behind. Scotty's shaking his head, but the pass was behind Jeremy, who probably had cut too far underneath the basket. Wasn't in position to receive it.
Kingswood very disorganized at this point. Cougars very much in control with 1:56 to go. Pass batted around, taken by Fitzgerald. 3-on-1 to Lavapicello.
Oh.
Misses. Rebound. Calvin Rogers up. Yes. 16-8. The Cougars looking very confident. And
they've got to get a
Kingswood very
timeout.
disorganized.
Kingswood's got to get a timeout right now. They don't know how they want to attack pressure.
Long pass to Armstrong. Gives to Vezina. There should be a deuce. And is. Vezina looking for the foul there as well, Ed. 16-10. 1:23 to go. Gives to Scotty Fitz.
They're going to pull it out next to him.
Going to see a little X here.
I don't know if I agree with that. They're going to get into a little second guessing of Coach Brown right here. I think that they're getting good shots right now, and they're in a nice flow offensively. I'm not sure that getting into the man-to-man is really necessary. We get too many good shots off the zone, off our fast break.
Especially where Kingswood a bit disorganized, but Jeremy Blanchard gets the feed, brings it back out to Scotty Fitz. You know, though, to go in up 16-10 and the home team disorganized isn't bad, Ed. And if you get one here, it's 18.
But sometimes when you get things going your way, momentum's a big thing, and it comes and goes in a game. When it's with you, you might want to ride it out, and then when it looks like the momentum's with the other team, then go into a situation like that to try to take their momentum
Ball stolen.
away.
Might have been a turnover there. Ball batted out of bounds. It'll be Kearsarge's ball with 24 seconds to go. Jeremy Osgood